Hey everybody, welcome to one more video about X-Men Apocalypse. This movie was boring. I wasn't really invested in any of it. It was really just, not a slog, just not very interesting. And the characters were like repurposed in annoying ways that just, remove remove their character traits. Mystique has never been the super surrounding figure or heroic person. That's not her. She's a person who is like a betrayer, manipulator, and always out for her own best interest. Does not care about anything else. And this movie repurposes her into a rallying figure that's supposed to just give the generic speech of, "You're not children, you're strong now, you're X-Men, and we have to fight." Like, that's not her. You're ruining... That has nothing to do with Mystique. The plot is, based around Apocalypse destroying the world. Because every X-Men movie has to do with killing everybody. That's just what they do. And it's not even in an original way. What do? X2, where they connect to all the humans in the world, and he plans to... Apocalypse is gonna mind control everybody. Or Magneto blows up the world with super earthquakes. X3. Not even an original way to do anything. Like, it's... And I think the Bryan Singer, knew... I don't know if he knew it intentionally, but in one of the many scenes that are, completely unnecessary, four of the people, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Jean Grey, and Jubilee, go to see a movie, and you see them, they're saying, we're going to take it to the mall. And then they come out of Return of the Jedi. And you just hear them saying, oh, Empire was better. And it's like, no, A New Hope was great. And without that, there wouldn't have been any other movies. And then Jean Grey just goes, well, we can all agree the third movie sucks. The obvious point is, I guess, he's saying that X3 is a joke that X3 was terrible. But, this is also the third movie in this new trilogy. And maybe he knew this movie was shit too, and was shitting on him, getting some ironic, yeah, we know it's dumb, post-meta stuff. Either way, it kind of points out that, yeah, this movie's the third movie, and it's shit too. So, if it was a joke that was meant to just poke fun at X3, it kind of backfired and made me think just pointed out this one's flaws too. And Quicksilver shows up again, and he has two big scenes, which render most of the X-Men pointless. The first time he shows up, where he does this super slow-mo scene, it's like, wow, yeah, he is really fucking powerful. Why even have anybody else? Or why... You don't need a team. He is amazing. And his power is ridiculous in comparison to everybody else. You don't even need a teammate. Maybe... And I guess they saw that, with the second time he uses power, oh yeah, he's not unstoppable. It's yeah, but at the same time, you don't really need to risk anybody until he gets something trips him up. Send the base thing for the X-Men should be send in Quicksilver. If everything's not wrapped up in the next 10 seconds, maybe send in other people to help. But most of the time, Quicksilver's gonna solve everything. It's just seems to highlight how they use makes everybody else insignificant. Which is weird, because I think it was meant to make... He's meant to be a side character, not super important, just slight comic relief, but yeah, you didn't show that, or at least he doesn't become that. Movie was just annoying. The Stan Lee, of course there's a Stan Lee cameo, and I know, the Stan Lee cameos are usually in scenes that are funny. It's hey, it's funny, in Civil War, he shows up right at the end, and drops a quick joke. Or other times it's just, oh, he's there, and he's just in the background, doing some random thing, no, this time he shows up when everything's going to shit, and everybody's in awe, oh no, the world's ending, Stan Lee. It's no, you're not allowed to do that with Stan Lee, because at this point Stan Lee is a running joke of Marvel, of not any Marvel property movie, Stan Lee is a joke. It's an in-joke that, hey, spot the Stan Lee. It's a nice, funny moment. You don't use him in a serious moment, because then it robs it of seriousness. Oh my god. The other Horsemen of the Apocalypse look boring, because the whole costume thing, especially after seeing like Civil War, like, which I saw like a week or two ago, and seeing all the costumes again and all the color, just what do we get for X-Men? Both sides, gunmetal gray and black. Like, why? You're purposely pulling out all of the stuff just to make it look back to X2 or back in the early 2000s. We've evolved past that. Movies can, especially superhero movies, can do more. We're allowed to be colorful. We're allowed to be fun. But no, that doesn't happen. It's so annoying. And I thought, like, especially when I saw Jubilee, it was like, okay, maybe she'll be important or something, and she'll be fun. She was colorful. She was, like, the only colorful thing in the movie, and then she's just there for, like, 3 seconds, and then she doesn't even do anything. You never see her use her powers. So it's, like, just pointless. Again, hey, I know that character, and then never use her. She's not even named, I don't think, in the movie. Never called Jubilee, especially. I don't know. There's an end credit scene. I don't know what it's supposed to be. Like, it's just them. Again, the end credit scene is about Wolverine, who really had no bearing on the plot. He's there because, for some reason, after stuff happens, they decide to bring the X-Men to a Weapon X facility for about 5 minutes, for not really any reason, because nothing really happens. Nothing happens that they needed to be there for. So, them being there is completely superfluous. Like, everything that was happening to them, or that they found, or, all the revelations that happened at that time, could have happened anywhere. It's not important. So that was the whole point of them going there, so that they could have a Wolverine cameo. He's not even credited in this. Hugh Jackman, I don't think, is in any of the credits or something. His name's not there. He's just there. No blood. Not interesting. Like, all the fight scenes, you see aftermath of people sleeping who all spilled ketchup on their faces, really. Like, it was so unnecessary and stupid. And the end credit scene is the base, where some random person, like, has a briefcase and sticks a vial of, I guess, Wolverine's blood, saying Weapon X, and puts it in the thing. Maybe they're making a third Wolverine-based movie coming out, and that's what it's a teaser for. I have no idea. I can't see it bearing any plot to a bigger X-Men movie. I haven't heard anything about the next X-Men movie, which probably will be made, but I don't know. I know nothing about it. This was the first time in a long time, probably since Green Lantern. Actually, no. I haven't seen Batman vs. Superman. But this is the first time in a really long time that at the end of a superhero movie, I heard nothing. There was no applause. There wasn't even any talking, really. At least, nothing that I could hear. And this theater was packed. Everybody was there, and then the end extra credits scene rolled, and then just black lights came up, and nothing. I looked around, like, is everybody, like, asleep, or did something happen? Like, no, they're all just looking at each other, and then just getting up quietly. No clapping, no like, loud talking about the movie or anything. They were just like, that was a movie. Walked out. Because it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm not going to say that. I've seen worse movies, and I've seen worse movies in both cases. There's been worse acting movies, there's been worse story movies, there's been worse special effects movies, but when you have hell, Bryan Singer, you've made, what, this is the 4th X-Men movie you've made, and you have a huge budget, like hundreds of millions of dollars. You've seen how other people have made. Hell, the studio just made Deadpool, so they know how to make something of a good freaking superhero movie. And you have all of that, and you come up with this mediocre piece of... like I said, it's not the worst movie. It is maybe better than X3. Honestly, it's kind of a toss-up. I don't know, because X3 at least... I know, X3 was shit. Never mind. It's better than X3, but that's not exactly a high bar. It is really shit. Definitely worse than... First Class is the best one, by far. Worse than X1, X2. Worse than Days of Future Past. Like, this was just... And that's the thing, like, it's not even bad in a good way. It's just boring. It's boring, cliched, like, stupid. A lot of the characters are fucking pointless and unnecessary. They do next to nothing. It's like... This was just a waste of my time. I was actually debating on whether I should even bother seeing this movie after hearing some of the press that had come out about it, and I'm not gonna say I'm glad I saw it. It was just a waste of like 3 hours. Like, it just went on and on. Like, I literally, because I knew it was gonna be a long movie, so I got drinks and food, and popcorn, and I went to get refills, and I was probably there for 2-3 minutes out of the theater, and I came back and asked I saw my brother, and I asked him, like, so what happened while I was gone? Like, did I miss anything? He's like, oh, Cyclops got his ruby glasses. Anything else? No, that was it. 3 minutes. Give him glasses. So, this was just a waste of my time, and it'll be a waste of anybody who goes to see it. So annoying, so stupid. Thumbs down. I can't give it a 0 because, like I said, it's not the worst thing ever. Just in comparison to other stuff, like, it's just in comparison to the 2 movies that come out, the 2 superhero movies that came out recently. There's no reason to see this. Civil War is way better, and everything I've heard, and my brother did see it. Batman v Superman is a better bad superhero movie to go see, because at least it's got weird spectacle and just out of nowhere choices that make it interesting to constantly look at, even if it's not interesting in a good way. This is just bland and annoying to sit through. Don't bother seeing this. If you really have to see it, because you have to see all superhero movies, wait until forever, until it gets on Netflix or whatever, and maybe watch it. Like, watch it. Don't pay money to see this. It's a waste of time. Hopefully, Marvel will freaking get the rights back to the X-Men movies eventually. I mean, I know because Deadpool happened, that's not likely for a while. And that's sad. But hopefully it'll happen. But again, don't see this movie. Alright. Thanks for watching. One more video.